Good morning. How are you all today? We're ready for our second week of summer reading and with story time. Today we're going to be doing dragons. But let's get started. And let's start with our song. And it's we clap and sing hello. We're going to sing it 2 times. So we're going to sing through it 2 times. We clap and sing hello. We clap and sing hello. With our friends at story time, we clap and sing hello. We stomp and sing hello. We stomp and sing hello. With our friends at story time, we stomp and sing hello. We wave and sing hello. We wave and sing hello. With our friends at story time, we wave and sing hello. Okay, let's do it again. We clap and sing hello. We clap and sing hello. With our friends at story time, we clap and sing hello. We stomp and sing hello. We stomp and sing hello. With our friends at story time, we stomp and sing hello. We wave and sing hello. We wave and sing hello. With our friends at story time, we wave and sing hello. And I want to say hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Today we're going to do the letter D. Oh, I told you, didn't I? Can you tell me what today's letter is? I'm going to see if you were listening. Right, it's the letter D. D for, there's a picture on there and it goes, arf, 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 arf. D for dog. D for deer. They're very quiet. I don't know a noise they make. Then again, we have another dog. This time it's a white dog, isn't it? Arf, arf. And D for, it goes quack, 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 quack. D for duck. And then today we're doing D for dragon. The first book we're going to read is Not Your Typical Dragon. Not Your Typical Dragon by Dan Burrell. And it's illustrated by Tim Bowers. Crispin Blaze was born into a proud family of fire-breathing dragons. Every blaze breathes fire, explained his father. I breathe fire, your mother breathes fire, and tomorrow when you turn 7, you'll breathe fire too. We're looking through the picture album, aren't they? And all their family members. The little dragon imagined all the forest he would burn down. He dreamed of all the castles he would destroy. He also considered boiling water to make tea, but he didn't tell his father that. The next day, Crispin sat among family and friends as a big cake was brought to the table. Who will light the birthday candle? His mother asked. I will, declared Crispin. He could feel a tingling inside his tummy, but when he opened his mouth, fire did not come out. Whipped cream came out. Crispin, shouted his father. Dragons breathe fire. What will the neighbors think? Worried his mother. I loved whipped cream, said his little sister Ashley. The little dragon was whisked off to the doctor the very next day. Please fix my son, demanded Crispin's father. What seems to be the problem? Asked the doctor. Crispin opened his mouth and breathed, but fire did not come out. Band-Aids came out. Dragons breathe fire, insisted Crispin's father. We were low on Band-Aids, mumbled the nurse. The doctor sent Crispin home with medicine. He swallowed 2 teaspoons before going to school. It will help you become a real dragon, said his father with a wink. After school, Crispin joined his first fire-breathing practice. One by one, little dragons aimed their fiery breath at stacks of logs until they burst into flames. Crispin stepped up confidently. He could feel the medicine bubbling in his belly. But when he opened his mouth, fire did not come out. Marshmallows came out. Dragons breathe fire, yelled the coach. Isn't that right, class? The other dragons didn't answer. They were too busy looking for pointy sticks for marshmallow roasting. I guess I'm not a real dragon, Crispin thought. He worried that his family would be disappointed, so he ran away from home. The world could be a scary place for a little dragon who can't breathe fire. Crispin found a dark cave. I'll be a fireless dragon all by myself. I won't bother anyone, and no one will bother me. An hour later, he had a visitor. I'm Sir George, squeaked a thin, skinny knight. Show yourself, dragon. Crispin shuffled out of the cave. The thin, shiny knight held up his thin, shiny sword. Do your worst, dragon. Crispin opened his mouth, but fire did not come out. Can't get the page to turn. Soap bubbles came out. Don't you breathe fire, dragon? Crispin shook his head. I can't. Sir George moaned. But my father insists that I fight a fire-breathing dragon. It even says here in my book that your typical dragon breathes fire. I'm not your typical dragon, Crispin explained. Sir George sighed. I can't go home. Me either, Crispin nodded. But then he had an idea. Maybe your book could tell us what to do. Of course, Sir George searched through the pages. It says it's probably just your diet. Sir George fed Crispin spicy curry, scorching chili, and blistering salsa. Crispin opened his mouth, but fire did not come out. Red party streamers came out. At least they're the right color, said Sir George kindly. Sir George searched through the book again. Aha! It says it's probably your attitude. Sir George showed Crispin how to look mean and angry enough to breathe fire. Crispin opened his mouth, but fire did not come out. Soft, cuddly teddy bears came out. Ooh, said Sir George. We may have taken a step backwards. It's no use, Crispin sighed. I'm just not your typical dragon. But Sir George was not ready to give up. Aha! The book says you're too stressed. Sir George made Crispin close his eyes while he described a quiet, relaxing day at the ocean. Do you feel calm? Now imagine 100 shining knights attacking you. Crispin opened his mouth, but fire did not come out. Beach balls came out. Well, that's just plain weird. Secretly, Sir George was glad that Crispin couldn't breathe fire. He liked the little dragon and didn't want to fight him. Crispin liked the shiny knight too, but he missed his parents. Sir George, it's getting dark. I want to go home. The shiny knight patted him on the back. Don't worry, little dragon. I will take you. Crispin's parents were relieved when he arrived home safely. Sir George was about to say goodbye when they heard a shout. There you are, my boy. Why on earth are you playing with a fire-breathing dragon? He's my friend, Father, whispered Sir George. And besides, he doesn't breathe fire. A dragon that doesn't breathe fire? That's the silliest thing I've ever heard. The shiny man laughed. Crispin's father stormed out of the house. My son is not silly. He may not breathe fire, but I certainly do. Crispin's father let out a powerful spray of flames. Do your worst, dragon, declared the shiny man. But then the flames scorched the lawn. That's enough, honey, said Crispin's mother. The flames singed the fence. "You've made your point, dear. Now stop showing off," she scolded. Then the flames ignited the roof. Crispin's father panicked. "I can't stop breathing fire." "You'll burn our house down," cried his mother. "You'll burn down the whole neighborhood." Dragons came running from all directions. They knew how to start fires, but no one knew how to stop them. Crispin suddenly felt a tingling in his tummy. He felt a bubbling in his belly. He opened his mouth, but fire did not come out. A gush of water shot out. Crispin aimed the water at his father's flames. He saved his home, and he even saved the shiny man, who wasn't looking so shiny anymore. "Hooray for Crispin!" everyone shouted. On Crispin's next birthday, there was a big party. Family and friends came from all over the land. Sir George and his family came too. Lots of dragons were dancing. Crispin stood with his mouth open wide. Fire still did not come out. Music came out instead. "Your son," said an old uncle to Crispin's father, "he's not your typical dragon, is he?" "No," replied Crispin's father proudly. "My son is something special." And then he jumped up and danced to Crispin's music. And they're having a jolly good time, aren't they? And that's the story of your not your typical dragon. And his name was Crispin. He had a dragon name, didn't he? Sounded like he'd been burning. Well, now we're going to do an action rhyme. I want you to pretend that you're a little dragon. And it goes like this. Little dragon counts to 3. 1, 2, 3. Little dragon bends one knee. Little dragon touches his toes. Little dragon touches his nose. Little dragon makes a funny face. Can you make a funny face for me? Little dragon runs in place. Run fast. Little dragon lays on the floor. Miss Debbie's not going to lay on the floor. I'm going to lay right here. And little dragon starts to snore. Did you all pretend you were a little dragon? Okay, wake up, little dragons. Well, we're going to do a thinking flannel board just a minute, but I want you to think of a word that rhymes with dragon. Put your thinking cap on, get your finger out, and ponder on it for a few minutes. Sagging rhymes with dragon, doesn't it? But that's not a very good word. It's actually a word of a thing. Lagging, sagging, dragon. I got a clue. Look at my flannel board. What's on there? Did you say wagon? Yes, wagon rhymes with dragon, doesn't it? And we're going to do a flannel board story with wagons. Put that book back and get this one pulled over. Oh, not to drop my craft stuff. We're going to count the wagons first. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 wagons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's right. Good job. Now let's do the colors. This is, you can look at the words and you can see the words in the colors in print as well as in the color they are. Orange, purple, yellow, blue, green, pink, and red. And we're going to do a little, it's a little rhyme thing, it says, little dragon, are you behind the And we're going to say a color wagon, and we're going to look and see if our little dragon's behind there. And if we find little dragon, then we have to go, roar. Okay, because that's what dragons say. Little dragon, are you behind the green wagon? Let's look and see. Oh no, the green wagon almost pulled the board down, didn't we? Little dragon, are you behind the, who wants to look under a purple wagon? No. Little dragon, are you behind the, Miss Lacey, tell us a color.
Blue.
The blue wagon. No, he's not there. Little dragon, are you behind the, let's look at pink. Oh, no dragon there. Miss Lacey, can you give us another color? Little dragon, are you behind the
Yellow.
yellow wagon? Let's look. Oh, what's there? Roar! It's the dragon. Miss Lacey found him. Good job. So he wasn't behind the orange or the red, was he? So now let's put our colors back with the words. Pink goes with this one. Green. You can see how the colors are spelled. Yellow. Blue. And purple. Purple, good job. And now I'm just gonna set the dragon right here. We may play that again another day. When we get back to the library and have story time, we may do dragon and wagons again. And we'll play it again. I have one more book today and I wanna share it with you. I really like this book too, so I wanted to read both of them today. And the name of this is Dragon Was Terrible. And it's by Kelly D. Puccio or something. I can't pronounce some of these authors' names. They're not names that are normal or that we normally hear. So Dragon Was Terrible. Dragon was terrible. Naturally, dragons have a lot of terrible in them because they're dragons after all. But this dragon here, super terrible. He stomped on flowers, he played tricks on the guards, and he spit on cupcakes. Who does that? Dragon does. That's who. That's not all. He scribbled in books, he threw sand, and he took candy from baby unicorns. Honestly, that's terrible. The king had had enough. Enough, he said, and he posted this sign. Brave knights, whoever shall tame the terrible dragon shall be rewarded with a gift. It shall be a nice gift. Ye shall like it. His royal majesty, the king. And look, the dragon had even wrote on the castle walls. It said, Dragon was here. That is not nice, dragon. Knights lined up to show off their dragon taming skills. They all failed miserably, and Dragon just grew more terrible. He chased fuzzy yellow ducklings around the moat. He teepeed the castle, and he burned every last royal marshmallow to a blackened crisp. The villagers had had enough. Enough, they said, and they posted this sign. Brave people, whoever shall tame the terrible dragon shall be rewarded with a gift from the king. It shall be a nice gift, we hope, and ye shall like it, perhaps. His royal majesty, the king. And look, he had wrote on the castle walls again. It says, Dragon was here again. He's not very nice. Ordinarily, blokes and lassies lined up to try their hand at taming the dragon. They all failed, embarrassing so, and just when you thought it wasn't possible, Dragon grew even more terrible. Oh no, look at the poor chef. He popped birthday balloons. He drew funny faces on the drawbridge. Look what he wrote on there. King is a baby. He is a terrible dragon. And he burped in church, loudly. Honestly, that's terrible and rude. A boy wearing a feathered cap and a look of determination had had enough. Only he didn't say enough like you thought he would. Instead, he sketched a story. The next day, Dragon followed a trail of marshmallows to a shady tree where the boy was reading. Pages want to stick together in these new books. The boy spied the dragon out of the corner of his eye and began to read aloud in a booming voice. And then the brave dragon swooped in to save the princess, he said. Dragon stopped in his tracks. But the terrible knight pulled out his wicked sword. The brave dragon roared, and the fraidy cat knight trembled in his boots. Dragon pretended to walk away. Dragon pretended not to listen. A crowd began to gather, and Dragon took cover in a tree. The boy continued reading, page after page after page, until... Snap, crash. Dragon landed on the ground with a terrible thud. The crowd gasped. The dragon roared. The clever boy didn't flinch. He reached out a hand to the dragon and said, "Would you like to hear how the story ends? And just when you thought it wasn't possible?" Dragon smiled, and he took a seat beneath the tree with the other children. Honestly, that's adorable. The king cheered, the villagers cheered, the baby unicorn and fuzzy ducklings cheered, the loudest of all. Yay, yay, for at long last, the terrible dragon had been tamed. The end. Hey, wait, what about the reward? Oh, yes, that. The gift was a new friend, a nice dragon, of course. And so the little boy got a new friend. And that's the end of The Dragon Was Terrible. Before we go on any further this morning, I want to show you, we have some other new dragon books that we didn't use for summer reading this year. But I have them on display here, and I wanted to let you see them. They're available for checkout, and they're all really good books. I think one of them, Miss Shelley, did read to the primary group, but first one, there's a dragon in your book. This one, there was an old dragon who swallowed a knight. And then I have this one, the knight and the dragon. And then there's a few more books that we also have in the library too. But be sure and check out books because we're still open and we want you all to continue reading this summer. Although we don't have reading logs, we want you to read. Have fun reading. And that gives you something, a special time to spend with your parents or your grandparents, whoever you're staying with this summer. So now we're going to do the song on the video, and it's called We're Going on a Dragon Hunt. We've done We're Going on a Bear Hunt before. Let me get the video turned on. And this one is called We're Going on a Dragon Hunt. Let me get it turned on, and we're going to listen and do what they tell us to do. Let me see if I got the volume up. Oh, I did. Just a minute. We're having a stall. Let's go back, go out of it and go back in where it's been sitting here. may have decided to go
Susie,
to
aren't you
sleep.
coming with us to the park?
Yeah, let me just get my dragon. I can't find my dragon. Do you know where my dragon is? Maybe we better go find my dragon. Everyone, put on your dragon hunting boots. And your dragon hunting coats.
Put on your coat.
And your dragon hunting hat and gloves. And get your flashlights out and check it, make sure it works. Good, they work. Now put it back in your pocket. Open the door. Look out. Do you see my dragon? No, we better go on a hunt. Let's go, everybody. We're going on a dragon hunt. We're going on a dragon hunt. Let's go.
Let's go.
We're going on a dragon hunt. We're going on a dragon hunt. Let's go. Uh-oh, stop. There's a big, gigantic, huge tree in our way. We can't go around it. We can't go under it. So what are we gonna do? Right, we've got to climb the tree. So come on, climb up the tree. Come on, climb, climb, you can do it. Come on, hold on to the branches at the top. Hold on, look down. Do you see any dragons? No dragons. Go back down the tree, come on. Good, let's keep going. We're going on a dragon hunt. We're going on a dragon hunt. Let's go. Come on, everybody. We need everybody. We're going on a dragon hunt. We're going on a dragon hunt. Let's go. Uh-oh, stop. There's a very huge, murky, stinky, smelly swamp in our way. We can't go around it. We can't go under it. So what are we gonna do? Right, we've got to go through it. So good thing you have your boots on and hold your nose because it's really, really sticky. And come on, let's go through the swamp. Phew, look around. Do you see any dragons? No dragons. Let's keep going. We're going on a dragon hunt. We're going on a dragon hunt. Let's go. We're going on a dragon hunt. We're going on a dragon hunt. Let's go. Uh-oh, stop. There's a very tall, very old, rickety bridge in our way. We can't go around it. We can't go under it. So what are we gonna do? We've got to cross the bridge. So put your arms out to the side. Keep your head up, one foot in front of the other. Come on now, don't look down. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Don't look down, don't look down, and jump. Look around. Do you see any dragons? No dragons. Let's keep going. We're going on a dragon hunt. We're going on a dragon hunt. Let's go. We're going on a dragon hunt. We're going on a dragon hunt. Let's go. Oh, stop. I see it. I see the cave up in the distance. And normally, when my dragon runs away, he goes and hides in the cave and falls asleep. And if we go wake him up, he gets so grumpy. So let's try to be really quiet. Come on, let's go. We're going on a dragon hunt. We're going on a dragon hunt. Let's go. Shh. Don't wake him up. We're going on a dragon hunt. We're going on a dragon hunt. Let's go. Shh. Stop. It's really dark in here. Get out your flashlight. Do you see anything? Do you hear anything? Moo. That's not a dragon. That's a cow. Meow. That's not a dragon. That's a cat. That's not a dragon. That's a pig. Oh no, that's my dragon. And he has really bad breath. Run! Out of the cave! Out of the cave! Come on, come on! Okay, there's the bridge. Put your arms out to the side. Don't look down. Come on, run, run! You can do it. Don't look down. Keep going. Come on, come on, come on. Uh-oh, there's a swamp. Hold your nose.
to the imagination workshop, aren't we? Okay, let me get the video turned off and everything moved back. That was fun, wasn't it? Got us moving. Now we're going to do our craft of the day. Let me get my stuff out here. You'll need your markers, your crayons, whatever you'd like to color with, your scissors, and you need your packet. And in your packet today, this is a picture with a dragon mask on it. It's got the fire down here at the bottom. And I also gave you a stick. So we're going to attach it to it. You'll cut out the eyes and you'll have a dragon mask. So this, go ahead and sit down a few minutes and just color our dragons. Miss Debbie's gonna color one with you. Work on coloring our dragons. Of course, you can color your dragon any color you want to because it is yours. No two dragons will look alike, but they may all sound alike. You think we can all roar alike? So I'm gonna color my dragon real fast. And when we cut it out, we're not gonna worry about leaving those tabs on there because we're going to use a stick for our dragon mask, and we are going to not have to worry about saving those tabs on the little side there. I've never really seen a dragon, so don't really know what color dragons are, but this is just something I picked out to do my dragon. You working? Getting your dragons colored? You may have some different colors than Miss Debbie's got, the boxes we got. I'm not sure all the colors in them, but you can have purple dragons, green dragons, orange dragons, red dragons, any color dragon you want. Let's see. And we'll make mine green with some other colored greens for his part of his body, face. And I didn't color mine ahead of time because I wanted to do it with you today. So we're going to complete it together. I'll use my other one a few minutes too, and we'll go back and forth in them. As we all know, markers kind of get worn down some. And I'm just doing mine fast because of the video, but if you want to take extra time, work on yours throughout the morning, that's fine. You don't have to color it as fast as Miss Debbie is. Just trying to get mine completed so we can get the videos filmed. You're all having a good week, I hope. We've got some much needed rain for our gardens, our crops, our yards, so they'll grow. And it's still been nice and warm too. So in between showers, you can still play outside some. I'm gonna stop right there a minute and I'm gonna make these a little darker green, a little different color. And then we're going to cut them out, get the eyes cut out, and be ready to make our mask. I can't forget to color my fire down here either, can I? because this is a fire-breathing dragon, not like Crispin, who couldn't breathe fire. My dragon's going to be a fire-breathing dragon. Let's go back and color the rest of him. Hope you liked the books today, because I thought they were really fun to read. So I hope you enjoyed them. And don't forget to check out more books at the library. Let's see, got a little bit more fire to go here. Okay. Then after you color your dragon, we have to get our scissors out and get to work on those cutting skills. And we're going to cut around our dragons. Cut on the line, pretty good. And see right there in the corner where it said that little tab, you can just cut it right off. You don't have to save it. You don't need it for anything. And I want to say thank you to the moms who sent us pictures last week. And if you didn't get to send a picture, maybe you can this week. But we love seeing you all complete your crafts at home. We love seeing your faces because we have missed you, and we still do miss you every day, every week. It's not the same without our boys and girls coming into the library. But this is a way that we can connect and stay connected with each other. And I hope you all are enjoying it, your summer. Tell your mom or dad, if they're not home with you today, about the stories we read today. Crispin was not your typical dragon, was he? What was some of the things he breathed? Can you remember? I know he breathed out Band-Aids, marshmallows, and then when you get ready to do your eyes, you'll have to poke your scissors in it a few minutes and then cut around it. And that's a little hard to do, but don't make it perfect. It doesn't matter. Just have fun. So it was marshmallows and Band-Aids and soap bubbles and can we think of anything else he breathed? Let's see. He never did breathe fire, did he? He had a gush of water. And then at the end, he also, whipped cream. I forgot that good yummy stuff that his sister Ashley liked. She loved whipped cream, didn't she? But at the end, he did music. So Crispin had fun dancing and breathing out music. And his dad was proud that he wasn't the same typical dragon as everyone else. He was different. He was special. One of my eyes, I think I'm gonna make the other one a little bit bigger so I can see out of it better. So the bigger is probably the better when it comes to seeing. And then I gotta cut my fire out. If you'd rather make a marshmallow or soap bubbles or something, you could put them on the end of your dragon. You can use your glue to put your fire or whatever you decide for yours to make. It could be Band-Aids or whatever from his mouth. I'm just going to use tape, and if you have tape at home and want to use it, if you have a stapler to staple your stick on, or some of you in story time even use the glue to put your sticks on. So just whatever you have at home there. One of the things I mentioned earlier in our story time packets was tape was something that we could be using. So if you got tape and you have tape, then I'd probably take the quick route, and that's why I've got my roll of packing tape out here and to do the tape. I want to tell you something. Last week I had we did Cinderella last week, and I'm sure you all remember. See how you got his fire there? I'm just going to take a piece of tape. I had a joke for your family. You can ask your parents and see if they know it. And the joke for Cinderella was, why was Cinderella no good at soccer? Does anybody know why? I'm not going to tell you the answer today. I want you to try to figure it out. If you know the answer, you can put it on our Facebook page and let me see what the answer is. And I will say whether you're right or wrong. It was something I aimed to tell you last week, and I'm sorry, sometimes I forget things, and you know me already. You know Miss Debbie's forgetful, and sometimes she doesn't do everything she aims to do. But here is my dragon mask. So, rawr, rawr, rawr. You see my dragon? There's my dragon. Also, in your packet, you got a dragon finger puppet. You can do I'm a little dragon, short and stout. Here are my horns, and here is my mouth. If you make me angry, I will roar. And as you can tell, I made that up, so you can make up your own little puppet show you want to do for mom and dad or whatever. Then also we had the gliders. As some of you that's got older brothers and sisters, you probably already saw this in their packets, but we had plenty for everybody. So you have gliders. There's 4 pieces to the glider. And if yours has got little slits, got a piece in there, you poke that out. You put the wings on it. You want them pointing back like they're flying backwards, and you pull them up there tight. And then this little piece, it goes also in there. And you have them pointing to the back. It's kind of like an airplane, has those little wing tips there, don't they? And then this little piece goes on the end of the dragon's nose. And that gives you weight. And then you can fly your dragon. And I know mine's gonna go right to the floor. Woo! There he is. Have fun flying your dragons. Have fun putting on a puppet show with your dragon for your family. It also would stick on the end of your toothbrush when you're brushing your teeth, or if you're writing, you could put it on your marker or your pencil. Lots of things you can do to play with your little dragon. That's all Miss Debbie has for today, but this has been our 2nd week of summer reading. I've had fun being with you, enjoyed our time together, and I'll see you back next Tuesday, the last week in June. We don't have a program that week because that is 4th of July week, and we always take that week off, but we'll start back in July. The first full week of July. So I'll see you then, and we'll be ready for our 3rd week of summer reading. So bye-bye. See you later.